Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the European qualifiers for the Call of Duty World Championships. My name is Gucci. I'm, of course, joined by Chewy. What a game we have in store for us, Chewy. Talk us through these two teams.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were talking about it the other day, Gucci. We were saying that this is going to be one that could be really interesting. We are heading over to the Benelux qualifiers now, which is, of course, Belgium, Netherlands, and Luxembourg teams are going to be heading up in this one. And we have got Allstars going up against DB Gaming. Let's have a look at the rosters, Gucci.
Yep, so for the Allstars team, of course, you have got Daredevil. Daredevil was the very first pro player to be sponsored by Scuff. Just an interesting little factoid. Yeah, he is joined by Torres, a long-standing member of the Farico gaming organisation. He is also then joined by two players from the United Kingdom. You've got Black and you've got Bissell. Black was in the Call of Duty XP tournament in LA back in 2011.
Yep, he was indeed. I think he placed fifth there, I do believe.
Yeah, he placed with Tommy Riddles and Crooks, if I recall that correctly. And Bissell, of course, went last year under that Farico banner as well. So that is the All-Stars lineup. Talk about DB Benelux.
Yeah, we do indeed. So DB Benelux is actually going to be Sneaky, Too Much, Knifer, and Icy Chill. So I believe that's 2 English players and 2 Dutch players on there. So it's actually a split, a 50-50 split on both teams. 2 Dutch players on each team, 2 English players on both teams. And of course, that is in the rules. That is allowed. They're not just turning up out of nowhere. And that is perfectly within the rule set. And Knifer, actually, an interesting fact, he had retired at one point just before this event in the community. Didn't want to play anymore. And then there were some things going on. And Daredevil, of course, who's actually on the All-Star squad, was playing for DB Benelux. Unfortunately, he didn't actually, do very well with that team. He got left out, and then they picked up Knifer for this tournament. So, and that was about 2 weeks before the qualifiers, the preliminary qualifiers happened. So, interesting roster changes. But we're going to be heading into the first map, guys, heading up very soon. And it's actually going to be domination on the map Sovereign.
Yeah, now we do think, both myself and Chewy, that this is going to be one of today's biggest games. Let us know on the Twitter, what do you guys think? Who's going to win this map? Is it going to be DB? Is it going to be All-Stars? Let us know. Yeah,
we're just going to get into spectator mode for you. Make sure that we get everything set up. Of course, Sovereign, one of those really interesting maps. We see it in Search and Destroy as well as Domination. We're going to just make sure that everybody's in the right setup, making sure that everybody's getting there. And I believe we've got one player who actually isn't in the right setup. With that'll be Bizzle. So he's actually got the wrong gamer tag on there. Hopefully we can get that sorted. But we will remember, and guys, just for your reference as well, the Olive Tortoise 45 is actually Mr. Bizzle.
Yeah, so we're going to kick things off on board with him. He's rocking that MTAR straight away. And now let's see, is he going to go all out aggressive from the start? It looks as if he's going to ignore his home flag, and it looks as if he's pushing straight for that B capture point. Stun's going straight over the top there, trying to prevent anybody else getting there first. Of course, he has made way. And he's laid down ready. Just going to retreat a little bit, make sure he's watching his rear as he does get taken down. His teammates are there to pick up the kill. We just get back on into things. I forgot I was driving there, Chewy. My apologies.
That's cool, no worries.
And on board with Black.
Yeah, Black, the man on your screen, he's going to find a player there. Is able to pick up one kill, making his way down the right-hand side of the map. Oh, is able to pick up hit markers. Unfortunately, not the kill, though. Pretty even start so far. You do see the score 6-5 at the second. Sorry, 7-5. And here we go, Daredevil, the man on your screen. Of course, again, one of the longest members in the community, as Gucci mentioned earlier on, managed to get the first ever pro player sponsorship with Scuff Gaming. He's just going to be controlling this B section at the minute, making sure that nobody's going to be pushing through there. He's going to be able to pick up hit markers. Unfortunately, not able to pick up the kill as Icy Chill takes him out. And now here we go, on board back with Bizzle.
Yeah, we've done a full circle there of this All-Stars roster as Bissell's pushing down this right-hand side. Currently got a 2-cap in place. Looks as if he was going to push for a third, but just went for a nice little cut-off there. Took down one. He's now trying to get in the back, making sure that nobody can penetrate and get in towards that B area. Bissell on a little bit of a tear here.
He is indeed still Bizzle on your screen. 3-3 actually. Torres at the second, 4-2 for Daredevil at the top there. As we still got Bizzle on the man on your screen. He's 3-4. And sorry, no, he's at 2-3 at the second. I do apologize for that. But he's just going to be sitting in this advanced position right now. They have got that 2 flag cap advantage there, locking down B and A, making sure that nobody's going to be pushing out from their home spawn of C and trying to go there. And this is what I love about the map Sovereign. This underground section is so cool. I think that it adds such a dynamic element to the map.
Yeah, I mean, there's many different points that you can actually run back and forward to different flags, and we're going to get back on board with Black now as they are currently losing that A flag. He's got the aerial advantage, does manage to pick up that kill. Of course, that point has been neutralized. Assisted suicide there as he tried to drop down. Daredevil is in a position to go back and capture. Doesn't look as if he wants to. He's just going to go for the cut-off points there. Currently top fragging for his team, 6-3 with 2 captures to his name. If you were Daredevil in this position then, Chewy, how would you be thinking of playing this? I mean, a big opportunity to go to LA. I mean, just one game stands in your way.
Yeah, it is indeed. And again, you know, it's all down to experience, in my opinion, with this environment that we're in now, with a crowd live in front of us. Even though they're in this soundproof booth, it's still an incredibly intense situation. As casters being right in the middle of it can tell that. And an experienced player like Daredevil, as I do say, will take that on board and will use it to his advantage. He won't be nervous about it. He will use it to try and play better, as he does pick up another headshot there, managing to take out Icy Chill. Great work from him, doing some good work. 8-3 with 3 captures to his name. So Daredevil already showing off his skill.
Yeah, playing really, really well here. Now he's going to just have a quick run up this right-hand side as he's going to exchange bullets with somebody into that B point, unable to pick up that kill. Black there just trying to clean that up a little bit. He has been taken down the right-hand side. That was a good play there from DB. Let's get on board with them. This is our first look, I believe, after just 3 minutes on board with the All-Stars lineup. So we're on board with Knifer.
Yeah, indeed. And just a quick note, the player's actually at the top of the team for the Federation squad, which is DB Benelux. You can see that his game attack is actually Teom Slayer, just so you that are aware. All the teams that have their game attacks preloaded onto the Xboxes, and unfortunately Sneaky, who is the player who's actually playing on that game attack, didn't quite load up his game attack, so that means that he's actually playing under the Teom Slayer game attack right now. But just so you are aware, we have got Bizzle under Olive Tortoise, and then Sneaky as Teom Slayer, just so you guys can be reminded of that.
Yep, Knifer just retreating back towards that C flag. Looks as if he was going to die to that grenade on it. Wasn't actually happening for him. Did take heavy damage. They are still losing that C flag, helped by his teammate, instantly going to capture that point.
Yep, indeed. 56-54 is the score. They've come right back into this. Great work coming in from DB. Just what you wanted to see in these close series. Me and Gucci predicted that this could go right down to the wire, and this first half is definitely doing that. Scores are even as we head into the last minute. Knifer missing shots, unfortunately, is going to go down there, and we're going to switch over to Icy Chill.
Yeah, Icy Chill with that aerial advantage onto that B flag. Picks up one, unable to take down the second. Where is Sneaky? He's able to clean that up and get straight on that B flag once again. Neck and neck here, 63-62. That B flag still in limbo, a little bit losing it currently. It's going to be neutralised. I think we're on board with too much right now, as he's going to go and jump in over the top, takes down one. They have currently lost it, so he needs to get back contesting that flag. But still, another side to play, goes for the third, picks that up. That's great play from Too Much, unable to pick up another kill as he was capturing that flag.
Yeah, Too Much, one of those players which, I mean, he's known in the community, not had the best results in terms of what, you know, people would expect to be big wins in the European community, but he's always been one on the radar for me from when I first started casting Call of Duty just under a year ago. He's been one of those players that I've always kind of kept an eye out for, so it's great to see him advancing through with DB Gaming to be able to play in this qualifier here at Twickenham Stadium. Knifer, the man on the screen though, 8 seconds left on the clock, so close between these two teams. There was a big advantage in favour of the All-Stars earlier on, unfortunately not going to happen though, and having a look at that just as the clock ticks over, 79-72, 7-point difference in that first half there, Gucci.
Yeah, not much separating those two teams there in terms of kills either, Chewy. I mean, you've got 7 points was the technical score of the domination. You've got probably, what, about 4 or 5 kills, the difference on the scoreboard as well. Both teams playing really, really well there. Not much. 5 points in a whole 5-minute period, not going to do too much, you know.
Indeed. So guys, of course, if you are not aware, domination, what happens is just to make sure that everybody gets an even level basis, they are going to be switching the halves now, making sure that they can get that set up. So everybody has 5 minutes on one half, then spawns on the other half. So of course, if you are just joining us, all starts with that 7-point lead heading into the second half, which definitely means that the squad from DB Benelux have all the chance in the world of being able to bring back that deficit. 7 points isn't really too much, Gucci.
Yeah, it's nothing at all. So guys, we are going to be back with the second side of this first map in just a quick minute. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, guys. This is the second side of the Domination Sovereign matchup between DB and All-Stars. This is the Benelux Qualifiers here for the Call of Duty World Championships. All-Stars currently 7 points in the lead, Chewy. Talk us through this second side.
Yeah, let's see what's going to happen. And, you know, both teams are going to be looking for a strong start here. Me and Ral talked about it a bit earlier on, how initially important that map control is right on the start here on both sides of domination, and we're just making sure that everybody gets set up, making sure that we can get back into the second half here. But of course, Allstars did take that 7-point lead. It was 49-42, the first half score. Me and Gucci predicted that this is going to be a really close series, and just from that 5-minute basis, I think we're going to be right about that, Gooch.
Yeah, definitely, Chewy. I mean, you're very often not wrong at all, are you, mate? Let's get on board with Knifer first of all. Let's kick things off with the team that are currently losing by that 7 points. So that is going to be DB, Knifer, MTAR in hand. Let's see what he can do. I mean, last time round we watched Bissell start things off in a very similar situation. He went straight towards that B flag, gained the earlier dominance on that. Knifer's not going to be doing that. It looks as if he's going to be the person capturing that A flag. So I think we should perhaps flick off with somebody that's going in more head-on with the action. Looks like that's going to be Sneaky, Chewy. Yeah, it is indeed. Sneaky starting to make his way up now. He is going to be moving through towards this B flag area. He is going to try and push on. It is contested in the second. He is going to be notified about that. Unfortunately, not going to win that gunfight as Daredevil picks up a big two-piece there onto Sneaky and Icy Chill as well. Too much. The man on the screen, though, is going to get taken out by Black. This is a great start coming in here from Allstars. It looks like they are going to try and get that map control. They have been able to do that. They've got C and B. Yeah, they really came out of the gate swinging there, Chewy. Knifer down this right-hand side, exchanging a few shots, unable to manage to land a kill there, though, as he does drop down. Let's get on board with Too Much once again as he's off the spawn, and it looks as if they are very heavily pushed back at the minute, Chewy. Allstars have come out that gate running. Yeah, they have indeed. Too Much on your screen. Currently going 2-1 on this half. We'll see what work he can do, see if he can do some good work. And that looks like Bizzle's doing some great work for the enemy team, actually. He's 3-1 at the second, picking up a two-piece there on your screen in the kill feed. Too Much picking up one kill. Is going to get contested on that B flag, unfortunately not able to do anything. And I just think that one of the differences so far really is the defensive work the All-Star squad are being able to do on this B flag. But as soon as I do say that, Icy Chill's managed to break the barrier, and is he going to be pushing through here? No, he's not. Daredevil again with an absolutely massive kill. Yeah, needed to make that kill, and that would have been the flag capture, and that would have been a game changer right there, Chewy. Would have meant a little bit more of a setup that they could have begin to implement. Too Much there with a two-piece getting shut down, though. Let's get on board with Icy Chill. Currently 1-4. Shaky shooting does manage to pick up one kill and able to extend that into a two-piece. Too Much dude is playing really, really well so far, but let's get on board with Bissell off the spawn. 6-2 currently. His team do have 2 flag caps at this present moment in time. Yeah, they do indeed. 33-18 is the score. All-Star just extending that 7-point lead, which they managed to rack up in the first half here of domination on the map. Sovereign Torres starting to push through. First time we've really seen him Too Much on the screen. He did manage to pick up one kill down to Knifer. Unfortunately does get taken out, so he will switch up to Black, who's actually got to do some work to try and come back into this and to be able to take this B flag. It looks like they are going to be able to do it. It is contested. He does get taken out. That was great work coming in from both teams, and this is just so close between them. All-Stars don't have control of that B flag at the second, though, although actually no, they've just been able to take it. As soon as I do say that, Bizzle managing to get on top of it and get control. Yeah, the way that Bissell actually looked as if he did that was he managed to just lie down in the smoke, causing a little bit of a surprise. Bissell not knowing where he is, where the enemy player is, spinning around, knife in mid-air, but now he's managing to just retreat back, trying to make sure that his teammates don't lose that C home flag, which he does so, managing to shut down that player behind the box, looks straight up top, picks up a headshot as well. Bissell really wants to get himself back to Los Angeles by the look of things. Of course, did compete there last year with Farico, unfortunately not getting out of the group stages though, so he will be back with a vengeance, I'm sure. He will indeed, and just showing what the skill he can do. Black on the screen, trying to get some more shots down there. Unfortunately, did have to reload that MTAR, didn't have enough rounds in his clip, and that means that he isn't going to be able to pick up that next kill. But Bizzle, once again, the man on the screen, so difficult to switch away from him, does get taken out by Knifer using that Remington. So let's switch on board. It looks like Too Much is the man on your screen. Again, the one that I said to really look out for from this DB squad. Definitely being a player on my radar, and he's just reached that double-figure mark with his frags in this half. Does put some more shots down. Unfortunately, not able to pick up the kill quite yet, but does get the assist. Yeah, that got cleaned up by one of his teammates. I think that was actually Knifer there. That was onto Torres. So Too Much now just trying to slow down the pace a little bit. I think they need to get a little bit more composure to you, because at the minute, All-Stars are running away with this. It's currently 59-48 on this one, but that, of course, means it's 18 points difference in total, because this is the second side of the double-sided domination. It is indeed under 90 seconds left on the clock, so all to play for still, but All-Stars are going to be looking like they are going to be able to take this first map, unless DB Benelux can come really strong here and show what they can do. Of course, some really big names from the community in these qualifiers, and still, even in the Benelux qualifiers, you've got some top English names in there. We talked about Black, Bizzle. We also talked about Too Much as well. Some really big names coming in for this match, so we should be able to be in for a great series. But have a look at the score now, Gucci. 66-61 heading into the last minute. They're getting back into it. This is exactly what we saw in the first half. Oh, Sneaky needed to make that kill on Torres. That would have, of course, meant that B was clear. But Icy Chill throwing a spanner in the works, getting A. C has been exchanged as well. Let's get on board with him as he's running down in towards this middle. Need to double up on B here if they're going to secure it. Looks as if they are. Needs to make a kill. Oh, I don't know. This is going to be close, you know, Chewy.
It is indeed down to the last 34 seconds. 70-71 is the score.
They need a 3-cap,
yeah,
I think.
they do. I think they do. It's just going to come down to the wire. 72-72 is the score. Unless they can really pull something out of the bag, it is going to go right down to the last few seconds here. We do see 3 do go down there momentarily for DB. I think that is game, set, and match. Unfortunately, scores are all even at the second. That looks like that's going to be it. And Allstars do take the first map by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah, that really was close, Chewy. I mean, it is going to go down to around 10 points difference in the end, which still in a domination at this caliber, at this level, we have seen it a lot bigger as well. There you go, high fives all round from the team. As the final score in that one was 80-78, so that was a total of just 9 points difference on this domination. Really was close.
Indeed. So guys, if you are just joining us, we did see Allstars managing to take that first half of domination sovereign by 7 points, then only a 2-point difference between the two teams. And one thing that I have to say, the DB are going to be coming into this, and you know they've got to keep their heads up heading into the search and destroy, because they may not have had the best starts heading into both of those halves there on domination, but they really did pick up their game about the halfway point on both of those, and then they really started to pick up their game, get those crucial kills on that B flag, get map control, and continue the good work. So there we go, guys. Just as we said at the Search and Destroy game, we will be heading to a quick 30-second commercial break. Don't go anywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the European qualifiers. This is going to be the Benelux qualifiers. Currently 1-0 to Allstars in the best of 5 series, Chewy.
Yep, it is indeed. And we're going to be heading to Search and Destroy next on the map Warhawk. Another one which we saw earlier on, which was a really great game in, I do believe, that Nordic qualifier match right at the start of the day. And I'm looking forward to seeing what happens on this one. Again, a lot of the teams on Warhawk really favouring that B bomb site sometimes, but they may want to switch up, go for that A. It's quite an interesting one to see how the defensive team do play that as well. Of course, myself and Gucci bringing you the action here for this Benelux qualifier. Allstars going up against DB Gaming. Just running through that roster again, we've got Daredevil, Torres, Black, and Bizzle for Allstars, going up against Sneaky, Too Much Knifer, and Icy Chill here for DB Gaming. You can't see them. That's Bizzle and the rest of the squad from Allstars in the booth just to our right-hand side, I do believe. And yeah, I mean, it's really interesting that you have to think about that at this LAN environment. You know, me and Mel talked about it a bit earlier, that intimidation which sometimes happens on LAN and some people try and use for their advantage, completely cut out here with these booths next to us.
Well, I mean, that's how the scene has sort of come about. It's come so professional now, and these booths sort of do indicate that really well. I mean, you just saw on the camera there how the teams were. It's more team focused. That's what it is. It's the energy inside the booth. That's what it's all about. It's energy.
And the
Feel
heat.
it. Feel the energy. You saw
well.
them changing their classes there.
Yeah.
They were having sort of like a discussion, making sure that everybody was okay with what was going on. They weren't just doing their own thing and sitting there waiting for the game to start. They were discussing, well, if I use this perk, is that going to benefit you?
Yeah. Indeed, and that's just the way that you want to do it. Of course, if you are going to be competing at a top level like this, and if you are coming to the European Championships and the European qualifiers, which could land you a free spot to LA, you need to have top teamwork. You know, a lot of people say that it really does come down to that Call of Duty. There's a lot of great players with, you know, a lot of them have got top level gun skill, but it may just not come down to that at the end of the day. It's about your teamwork, it's about your strategies, so many different elements. But just whilst we get everything set up, we're going to be joining the lobby. There we go. Looks like Search and Destroy Warhawk. It is second map of the series, Allstars with that one map advantage heading into this second game. And it'll be interesting to see who plays this and who's going to be able to take this one. I haven't seen these two squads face up against each other before, so not quite sure who's going to be favoured here on the Search and Destroy, but we're about to find out.
Well, I actually spoke to Sneaky and Too Much a little bit earlier, and I said, hey, coming into this, you knew each other was playing each other like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Have you scrimmed each other? And they said no. They said that they played them about a month ago, but that was, of course, back on Xbox 360 before we realised that we'd be playing on the Xbox One here. So that's a little bit of a different ballgame, but a month's practice as well was the difference since they last played each other. So I think the reasoning behind not sort of practicing against each other, you don't want to give away your tactics. You don't want to think they're going to know that I'm going to go in this spot or they're going to know that I'm going to go in this spot, for example.
Yep.
Right, let me just work out Codcaster mode.
And just, you know, I just think the graphic actually came up on the screen there for a split second. I do believe that was actually the Twitter scores coming in from the hashtags, of course, which people could tweet out to see who they thought they were going to take it. And actually a lot of people starting to favour DB Benelux, even though they didn't take that first game, and even though they've got the likes of Bizzle, Torres, Black, and Daredevil on the All-Stars squad, people are in favour of DB Benelux taking this one, so we will see. Here we go, Black taking some shots. He's got to lie down here, make sure he can regenerate some health. Is going to be making his way through that window, making sure that he's not going to take any fire. Good decision from him not to challenge anything silly.
Yeah, Bizzle and Black both pushing up this middle left-hand side here. They are supported. In fact, all of the players are sort of dead centre on here. Black instantly looking back as his teammate Torres has just been taken down, but of course he's got the MTAR. Is quite beneficial at long range, however, of course, you would prefer it at close quarter combat, and perhaps something like a Remington at that long range shot. But now Bissell's been taken down on the right hand side, I believe, and that just leaves Black and Daredevil bombed down as well. They are still together, but 4 versus 2. Black's going to push on now. Yeah,
it is indeed. You do see Black here, just in the middle of the map. It's 4 versus 3.
To go,
no, they do not, because they know that bomb's down, and they know that their player got taken down right from the back of the map in the spawn area for the defensive team, which means that they know that the enemy team knows that the bomb is there. So it's Daredevil and Black going up against Icy Chill, Sneaky, and Too Much. Unfortunately, Daredevil, the last one left alive. He's going to spot a player there, does put some shots down. He's able to pick up the kill. He's taking some damage though. He's got 16 seconds left. Going to be interesting to see what he does here. Just going to try and chase kills. The rest of the players look like they are going to try and back off. He's going to be able to pick up a second one. What's going to happen though? That last player knows that the bomb isn't on his back, which means that he's just not going to challenge anything. Great decision from that enemy player, which is going to be Sneaky.
Yep, Sneaky there, just being sneaky by nature, exactly. Just lying down in the corner, knows that he doesn't need to challenge anything. Daredevil did put in a big shift in that round, but just wasn't enough. He got 3 kills to the board, but the last 2 were just left a little bit too late. Let's stick on board with the attacking team, Chewy. Let's go on board with Icy Chill. Interesting fact that you were telling me earlier about, is it Icy Chill and Knifer? One's played against the other one 6 times and one has beat the other one 6 times. Yeah,
I believe so. I mean, these two teams, although they've not played with the exact rosters against each other, they do know each other very well. They do know each other's tactics, and they do know exactly what's going to happen, what they would expect to happen against these squads. So we will see if that's going to play any dividends for them. But Icy Chill, the man who we just talked about, and the man on your screen, and he's also the bomb carrier here, as Black managed to get the first pick there onto onto Sneaky, making it a 3v4 situation in favour of All-Stars.
Yep, still on board with Icy Chill. He's adamant there's somebody in that post office area. He's going to hard aim that, but misses his shot. Perhaps needed a bit more reaction, speed, stimulant inside of him there. He's just going to sit on the back of this car. I think once he's revealed his position there, he's a little bit unwise to sit on that back van that, of course, is surrounded by the propane tanks. Could, of course, a timely grenade pop over. Teammate has just dropped down on his right-hand side. 1 versus 4. Icy Chill, mate. It's your time to come up big. 1 versus 4 against Daredevil, Black, Bissell, and Torres. Just waiting for somebody to reveal themselves. I don't think they're going to be doing so. He just needs to run out in the open. That's going to level the scores here on Search and Destroy. It's 1 apiece.
Yep, indeed. And Black actually managed to pick up 3 kills in that round, so great work from him. Daredevil finishing off the 4th there. Black with the final round-ending kill cam you do see there. And you do actually see Bizzle and Torres still not with a kill to their name, Knife, and not with a kill to his name as well. But Daredevil doing some great work, as well as Black, we do see for the All-Star squad. So we will switch on board with them, give some stream love here to Bizzle, see what he's going to be able to do. How they're going to play this one, it looks like they're going to be heading over towards that B-bomb site.
Yeah, it looks as if, even though they all ran up the middle last time, they perhaps learned from their mistakes, because of course that didn't bode too well for them. Daredevil did manage to pick up 3 kills in that round, but unfortunately wasn't at the right time, wasn't in the right position. Now, Bissell going for a hard wallbang through the bricks there. Where did that player come from? Completely wipes him out. That was Sneaky. Let's get on board with a Black. It's 1 versus 3. Knifer, Icy Chill, and Too Much ahead of him. The bomb is currently down. It's in this back area, of course. He has got the thermal equipped if he may need it. We just bring up that minimap a little bit. There's nobody actually around him, nobody even covering that bomb area by the look of things, Chewy. So he has got time, he's got 45 seconds. He's opting not to go straight for that bomb. It looks as if the DB lineup didn't realise that bomb was down.
No, that's a very interesting setup to see what Black's doing right now. He hasn't got the bomb in the second. Looks like he may be going around on the flanks. We'll see if he's going to spot anybody there. There is actually a player up to his top right. He doesn't know that that player's there at the second, though. 28 seconds left on the clock. They are going to be completely aware of where he is, and he is going to get taken out by Too Much, who I believe was that player at the top. Another round coming in there for DB Gaming, and I believe that means that every single defensive round so far has been the winner. And DB Gaming just extending their lead to 2-1 in this game. Still all to play for here, though, on Search and Destroy. Warhawk heading into the 4th round. All-Stars will be your attacking squad. We will see if they are going to be able to take that one, or what's going to happen.
Yeah, let's get another look at Too Much. He was really impressing me in that domination game. Now let's have a look at how the team's actually spread out here. Looks as if they're going very heavy towards the A-bomb side though, Chewy.
Yeah, it does indeed. Too Much here, just making his way towards the middle of the map. He is by this tank section right now, making sure that nobody's going to be pushing through there, and unfortunately there was. Daredevil picking up his 5th kill of the game. So great work from him, as actually we do see Sneaky go down, so already a 4 versus 2 man advantage in favour of Allstars, exactly what they want, but the bomb has been planted, which means they've got to try and push in there, get the defuse, and look at this, Knifer, last one left alive. What's he going to do?
He has got a grenade over on towards that bomb. He's not picked up a kill with that though, so 30 seconds left. He needs to defend this bomb site, unable to land enough bullets into the legs of Daredevil there, so that's going to secure them the round on the defensive again.
Yep, that is indeed
2-2.
It is 2-2, as you do say, Gucci, heading into the 5th round. This looks like it's going to go right down to the wire, Gucci. We did predict it, as I did say earlier on. 9 seconds the difference overall between them on Domination Sovereign earlier on. 2-2 here. You cannot pick these two teams apart so far, I don't think.
No, there isn't really much separating the two teams, as you've said. I mean, let's just have a look how they're going to span out here. I mean, have a look. Just quick little drive up. Is there anybody around that area? There's one towards the back area. Only one actually in a good position to prevent that any push happening by the look of things.
Yeah, Black just checking the flank right now with his Remington assault rifle, making sure that nobody's going to be pushing from behind. Look at this sneaky little spot here, just checking through the fence. That's a lovely little place there. Great work from him to be able to utilize that, keep himself some cover, so hopefully he isn't spotted, and have a good line of view on that section towards the map there in the middle. But you do see Bizzle, he has been spotted. Shots do go down, he does get taken out by Too Much.
Yeah, but he had locked eyes on somebody by that back tree. Of course, that's a very crucial spot, very key choke point on this search and destroy map. Good little position that you need to be holding to get a good eyes on towards the A-bomb site. So now Torres picking up the pieces, following up behind his teammates, going to chuck a grenade over that top. Is that going to pick anything up? Doesn't look like it. All 3 of them in close contest towards this A-bomb site.
Yeah, they are indeed. Torres again checking the flank. It was Black's job earlier on, but Black's been able to pick up the bomb. Shots going down from Torres. He's going to be able to pick up some hit markers. Just going to make sure that nobody's going to be coming from either side of him right now. Still using this Remington. Doesn't look like anybody's going to be pushing for the second, although they've got to make a move at some point because there's only 34 seconds left on the clock. He's taking some shots. A grenade comes in, does take a lot of damage there, Gucci.
Yeah, he's taking a lot of damage, and there's a player directly on his right. It's Daredevil once again, 1 versus 3. He takes down 1. There's another on his right. Does he manage to pick up that kill? I still don't even know if he's picked it up. Gets the guy defusing. He needs to run away. He's already tagged. He knows there's a player directly behind him as well. Just going to reload that weapon. Now this is big for Daredevil, and of course for Allstars. Goes directly behind him. 1 versus 3 for Daredevil. I just felt the floor shake where he jumped up on our right-hand side, Chewy. That was incredible. 10-1 Daredevil. He is playing out of his mind right now.
Yeah, he is. I can hear him in the booth. This is a soundproof booth. We've got headsets on and everything, and I can still just about hear him shouting there. He is definitely pumped up, ready to go. He wants his spot to LA. They did take the first map, and with a performance like that, it's going to be very, very difficult for DB not to to lose this second one almost in some ways, with Daredevil going 10-1 already into double figures after just 5 rounds. That's a phenomenal performance.
Also, that was the first attacking round that's been won.
Yeah, that's a big round.
Key point to note, the first attacking round that's been won. So that's the first defense dropped. So that's the break point right there, Chewy. We're on board with Icy Chill now as they attempt to emulate that factor, but this time around the B-bomb site by the look of things for DB.
Yeah, indeed. And of course, that was a 1 versus 3 clutch as well for Daredevil. So not only did he manage to defend that bomb site, he also got 3 kills as the last one left alive, and he hit double figures as well. So that is definitely going to be one of the players of the tournament. We saw a 1 versus 3 on this map, I do believe, earlier on.
Oh.
We've just seen another one. Wow, great work there coming in from Icy Chill, managing to take out Daredevil. So we've just given him some nice loving, and unfortunately does get taken out. So now it's a 3-on-3 as we do see Sneaky going down.
Yep, 3-on-3 as you've said. Sneaky's just dropped down, not having the greatest games, 2-5. Not really got a foothold on this game as of yet. Knife has just made plays, taking down Torres, so that's now 2 versus 3. 1 versus 3 for Black now, as he's still defending this bomb, but he does get shut down, so that is 3-3. Neck and neck, attacking team 1. So yeah, we've had 4 defenses won, 2 attacks won. Chewy, how do you describe this game? How do you separate these two teams? What can you say? Well,
the only thing really separating them so far is Daredevil, but even then, the scores are even. It's 3-3, as we've said time and time again. 9-point difference on the first domination, and that just really shows that this is the best of the best. This is what you want Call of Duty European Championship qualifiers to head to the World Championships. You want close games like this, where us casters, and I'm sure everybody at home, really struggle to separate it and who's going to call it, and who's going to be able to take it. It's really difficult, but Too Much much does get taken down. Man advantage in favor of Allstars heading into this next round. The 7th round, 1 minute 12 seconds left on the clock. Looks like they're going to be heading in towards A as well. The bomb looks like it's going to get planted any second here from the attacking squad. Let's see if they can get it down, and they do indeed.
Yeah, we're on board with Torres right now. We've not really seen too much of him in this game as of yet. He's just got himself in a nice little position to try and watch every different angle coming around him. The gunfight has just gone down, so it's 1 versus 4 for Icy Chill. He's got 25 seconds left on that clock. I don't think he's going to be able to do this, Chewy, but let's see. I
mean, you never know with Call of Duty. We see 2 for 1 versus 3 clutches, and he is going to be able to get that good start against Daredevil. Massive pick, but he has got 18 seconds left on the clock. Not going to work. And again, another round coming in favor of Allstars, and I do believe this has actually gone, you know, 1 round in favor of one team, then it switches over to the other team. We've not seen a team yet, take 2 rounds in a row. You know, and just on my previous point, exactly what you want from this top level of Call of Duty action.
Yeah, exactly as you said there, Chewy. Top level of Call of Duty action. That is what is so good about this weekend. This is the European regional qualifiers for Call of Duty World Championships. $1 million tournament that's being held in Los Angeles in just 3.5 weeks' time.
Good maths there, coming in quickly from Gucci,
it's
making sure.
Wrong.
Yeah, it's probably wrong, but still. Here we go, Icy Chill using the sniper rifle out the second. Oh, sorry, no, he's got a Remington. It did look like it just because of the sight that he had on it, and I thought I saw it, but apologies for that on my behalf. He's 4 and 5 at the second. He hits that bomb carrier as well. Moving through here, they have got the initial pick. That's an absolutely huge kill to be able to take out Daredevil. Although Black is going 8 and 4, so he's a formidable force to come up against. But they have got the man advantage. Let's see if they can push in, try and get that bomb down. They've got a lot of smoke grenades coming in to try and give them cover. He's going to move forward. Let's see if he gets the bomb plant.
Yeah, it looks as if that bomb is going to go down, Chewy. Nobody in his vicinity, so that bomb has been secured now. Stay on board with that bomb plant. Now that's going to be Icy Chill as he does manage to pick up that player down the right-hand side. And once again, the rounds have been exchanged. It's 4-4. We saw the first 4 defensive rounds won. Now we've seen the second lot of 4 that were attacking.
Yeah.
Win again.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, you have to say on the likes of Daredevil there, still with that double figure mark, 10 and 4 at the second over a 2-kill death ratio. I think he's going to be pretty annoyed if his team don't manage to take this one. You know, manage to get into double figure kills after 5 rounds. That's 2 kills. That's half the kills every round, the equivalent to. Absolutely phenomenal work from him. So we'll see if Bizzle and Torres can slightly pick up their game on the slaying department, see what work they can do. But here we go, Black. He's got a sniper rifle this time. I'm sure that's a sniper rifle this time. Not mistaking it for an assault rifle. Let's see what work he can do. Just checking towards the middle of the map, making sure that nobody's going to be pushing them aggressively at any point at this second. So he's just making sure that nothing's going to, you know, come around too sneaky and try and push them from weird angles. But still, with 1 minute 6 seconds on the clock, looks like they are committed to B.
Did you just say sneaky's pushing him from a weird angle?
No, I didn't. Just making sure that nobody was going to sneak in from a sneaky angle.
Okay, so we're just on board with Black. So he's just watching the rear. Let's flick on board with Bissell. It looks like he's trying to push up a little bit more. He's just getting that trophy system down, finding a little bit additional support. Smoke heavy on his back though. Daredevil still only on 10 kills. Got that a few rounds ago, not been extended yet. Bissell's just been dropped down. Torres 2 and 5. Let's get on board with him as he drops down to Knifer. We just tuned on quick enough to see that drop. Now Black's just trying to spray through that curtain, not picking anything up. This could be a huge defensive round to be won by DB, and I think if they do win it, they'll go on to win this map. Chewy, he needs to push on, needs to be big plays, and they're not going to happen. That's going to be 5-4 defensive round, 1 for DB.
And very, very convincingly as well. Not a single player from DB, I do believe, going down in that round, so very convincing work. Icy Chill currently 4 kills to his name. 7 kills to his name, currently on a 4 streak, I do believe, at the second, so doing some good work overall. 5-4 is the score, which means that DB Gaming are 1 single round away from being able to even up the series, and that is really going to pay dividends to them. If they choke this now and go 2-0 down in the series, it's going to be really, really difficult for them to get their heads back up and come back into the next game on Blitz.
Okay, then, key player from DB, Chewy. Pick your player, the standout player for this round. Pick him now.
Oh, well, I think Knifer again going 9 and 5. He's doing some great work so far, and he's going to move around the corner. He's able to pick up the first kill there for his team. It's a 3-on-3 situation. Daredevil's getting taken out. That's a big pick to be able to take him out. So Knifer, my player to watch. He's 10 and 5. He's reached double figures. Sorry, I do apologise. We'll see if he's going to be able to pick up any more frags in this round as they are moving in towards B. It's worked so well for them this game so far. Let's see if it continues.
Yeah, see, if you look at that minimap, there's actually 2 on the left-hand side. It looks as if that B bomb site is actually a little bit more clear than what we originally first thought. They haven't got the player that they normally have standing at the back, just giving it a nice thermal scope over of the map, but that bomb has gone down. 3 versus 3, make that 2 versus 3 now. Let's get on board with Icy Chill. He's just watching the rear a little bit now, make sure that nobody can flank around the back, knows that there's one going to be coming soon. If you look down the bottom left of that minimap, will come in combat with somebody now, and that's 2 versus 2. There's another player on his left-hand side. He needs to turn around, otherwise he's going to get taken down the back, which has been done so. So it's down to Sneaky to win it for them. Now he's taken down 1, so it's 1 versus 1. Oh, bullets have just been fired over to him, but that is going to... It was written, wasn't it, Chewy? Let's be honest. It was going to go 6. It's going to be 5-5.
Yeah, I mean, that was really interesting there for Too Much. He was so weak. You know, in a normal situation, if he wasn't weak and if he had a lot of bullets in his magazine, I wouldn't have suggested him to challenge that. But it was pretty obvious that Black was going to come and challenge him. He had no other decision but to go for that kill. And that was absolutely a massive defensive round there. Managing to get the defuse as well there with just a few seconds left. Coming in for Allstars. Gucci, we're going to round number 11 in map 2. This is the last round of Search and Destroy Warhawk.
Yep, Allstars currently leading this best of 5 series 1-0. So DB need to take this round really just to level the score, make sure that it doesn't slip too much as Black takes heavy damage there and decides to retreat. Smart move from him. Just going to go back and watch the rear. So let's get on board with Too Much. Sorry, that's the defensive side. Oh, as Daredevil just drops down to him. So that has made it a little bit easier for them. Torres pushing through, making sure nobody's in that little area. That bomb has gone down. They just need to sit tight, sit pretty for 45 seconds just to defend this bomb, Chewy. Torres just needs to make sure that he's not in visible view. It's all about numbers and time.
Yeah, it is indeed. Still man advantage going in favour of DB, but as soon as I do say that, oh wow, Bizzle with a 2-piece there, managing to take out Too Much, and Sneaky that was as well. So Knifer, last one left alive in a 1 versus 2. He is going to get taken out. Allstars, you hear them jumping once again. Even the lights are moving on the stage right next to me. They managed to take that one, coming back from 5-4 down. They were 2 rounds down. Sorry, they needed 2 rounds in a row to be able to take that. They just about managed to do that. And Gucci, I think I have to say that's probably the closest Search and Destroy game that I've seen on Ghost so far from what I've casted.
Yeah, it was a very, very close game, too. You got that exactly right. I mean, we could feel the ground shake there when Daredevil jumped up. I mean, he is a big guy, to be fair. So it was imminent. I mean, we can't hear anything through these soundproof booths, but the vibration under our feet, that just showed what that meant to them. It really did.
Yeah, it did indeed.
6-5, so that now does mean that Allstars are 2-0 up in this best of 5 series. The next map that we are going to be seeing is going to be a blitz on Freight. That's going to be after this very, very quick break, guys. Do not go anywhere. It's going to be an absolute cracker. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the European Regional Qualifiers. We're going to be going into map number 3 of the Benelux Qualifiers. It's currently 2-0 to the All-Star roster against DB Benelux. Chewy, what a search and destroy we've just seen. Oh yeah, most definitely. We saw Daredevil just completely going off. He managed to get 10 kills just in the first 5 rounds. And yeah, it was just an incredible play by him. They managed to pull it out of the bag. We did see DB. It looked like they were going to be able to take it. They were 5-4 up. They only needed 4 more kills, 1 single more round to be able to even up the series. And I said, if this happens, and if All-Stars come back into it, take 2 rounds in a row and take 2-0 lead in the series, that's really going to play in the mental game of DB Benelux. So we'll see if they are going to be able to pick it back up. We are heading on to Blitz Freight. As soon as the game gets ready, we will jump straight back onto it. And so we'll see if we can get Oracle mode going for you guys. We'll see if we can start to get that working for you, because I know you viewers do like it at home. I like watching it as well. And it does, you know, really add to that intensity, I do feel. Yeah, I mean, anything about the stream, guys, anything you want to see, let us know on Twitter. Use the hashtags. Let us know on Twitter, because, of course, we have got a very dedicated team backstage, committing, searching everything to do with this. So anything that's wrong with the stream, let us know. That's why we had that little bit of downtime not too long ago, just to make sure that it was fresh, on point for you guys. That was your guys' recommendation. So please do let us know. Give us your feedback. We will do our very, very best to improve it throughout the day. Yep, of course. You know, this is all for the Call of Duty community. And, you know, everybody's been staying up late, doing lots of work over the weekend and for the past few weeks and months, making sure that this is the best Call of Duty action we can possibly bring you this weekend here at Twickenham Stadium in London. And I'm really looking forward to this next game and the rest of the game that's coming up throughout the rest of the day and the weekend. Of course, we do have the qualifiers for the Call of Duty World Championships today, and then we have the European Championship single elimination bracket heading your way tomorrow. So make sure that you are here for all of the action on MLG.tv.
/Gfinity. But anyway, back onto the game. Allstars versus DB Benelux in the Benelux qualifiers. Of course, that is Belgium, Netherlands, and Luxembourg, which are the countries which you are allowed to qualify from. And let's see what happens. Are Allstars going to be able to sweep the series 3-0, which me and Gucci didn't predict, or are DB Gaming going to be able to come back into this and really show their worth here?
No, as you've said, Chewy, I mean, neither of us predicted it would be a straight 3-0. I mean, every game has been close.
It could have gone either way,
yeah,
easily.
It really could. I mean, 5-5 search and destroy. I mean, there was 9 points in it on domination, so not even double digits there. Sorry, we're going to get on board with Black first of all in this blitz on Freight. And every game I've actually seen so far is that blitz Freight. It's a very popular choice due to that veto system, and Black picking up a 2-piece there. Early points on the board for his teammates. And now let's get on board with Bissell, who looks as if he is going to be able to capture that point. He was heavy stunned, did manage to get away, and of course respawn back in his own spawning area.
And look at this, we're only 40 seconds into the game, and they've managed to take a 2-0 lead here, so Allstars looking very good now. Some teams do argue that this is the better side. The side that the Allstars are attacking now is the better side. So if that is true, and if Allstars do agree with that statement, they are really going to be trying to make sure that they get a good start here, and that's exactly what they've done with under a minute left on the clock. They've got 3. Unfortunately, one player does go down there. Icy Chill did manage to take out Torres, but Black got the revenge kill. Great defensive work coming in here, and this is exactly what they needed to do. Look at this, Bizzle managing to pick up a 2-piece. Unfortunately, is going to get taken down. That looks like that's going to be the first point on the board. No, it is not. He does get stopped. Torres with a massive kill there onto Sneaky. This is just great work. Not only are they pushing aggressively, but when they need to do the defensive work, they are doing just that. Wow.
Yeah, that was great teamwork as well by the All-Stars lineup, because you saw them all dropping around like flies around that capture point, but they got straight off the spawn and all went back, and it was like they were ready, waiting. As soon as there was gunfire, it was great communication. As soon as there was gunfire, shots being exchanged, they were straight on point, hard aim in that spot. 2 points the current cushion for All-Stars, 3-1 the current score, and we are on board with Torres.
Yeah, we are indeed. Torres, the man who just got such an incredibly clutch kill to be able to make sure that nobody wasn't going to be pushing in. Unfortunately for him, though, they have managed to get their first point on the board as DB Benelux. He does get taken out there towards the middle of the map, towards that right-hand side there, over towards the train section. 3 minutes left on the clock, though, in this first half. Of course, like domination, we do switch things up at the halfway mark to make sure that everything is even between the two teams before one is the scores. Another one comes in. Too much, unfortunately, getting taken out there by Torres. And, you know, having a look at this, Gucci, is still very, very close between the two teams, and this game could go either way, just like the first 2 maps that we've seen. But I just think with the motivation that they've got, with the experience that they've got, it's going to be very, very difficult to shut All-Stars down. And having a look at this, Sneaky's just trying to do that. Is he able to pick up his 3rd kill on the stream? He's going to try and move in here. Unfortunately, not going to happen. Daredevil takes him out.
I'll tell you what, that was really well played from Sneaky, though. He wasn't having the greatest of starts. He was only on 1 kill at the start of that. He got himself a 3-piece, unable to go in and get that last capture because there was just that last player lurking at the back, hard aiming, waiting for him to push through. We're currently on board with Icy Chill. Sees somebody up top, does manage to land bullets. Not enough there for him, though. Again, same story. Returns, makes 1 kill, unable to connect that to another. We're going to go straight in. Oh, I thought that was a knife there, really. Yeah. Let's get on board with Knifer, speaking of knives.
Yep, let's see what work he can do. He is 7-7 at the second. I do apologise for interrupting you there, Gucci, but 4-1 is the score. 2 minutes left on the clock as we do head just into the last few minutes of this first half here of Blitz on the map. Freight. Knifer. This is the guy who really impressed me during the search and destroy. Unfortunately, wasn't able to just play his very, very, very best to make sure that he's seen. Oh, wow. Great work coming in there. And look at that. This is the thing. They're not even worried that they're not pushing, you know, they're not having to push too aggressively forward and capture points here, All-Stars, on the side, which some people would say is favoured for capping flags. Sorry, capping Blitz portal captures. It's all about the defensive work that they're doing, and they are just completely dominating on it.
Yeah, as you've said there, I mean, you feel that they are on the better side of the two. I mean, I'd happen to agree with you there, Chewy. It's very rare that I share the same opinion as you.
It's very, very true indeed.
Yep, and now we're just going to be watching Sneaky push on forward. Like I said, he was 1-6 at one point. He's now currently 9-8. Is he going to be able to get himself a capture? Yes, he is. He's got that capture to his name, so he's managed to turn this around really, really well here. But more caps are going down. It's currently 6-2. But as you've said, there is a better side to this map. Not every map has a better side, I don't think.
No, I agree with that statement indeed, but Freight is one of those that's really interesting. And having a look at the kill feed and having a look at what everybody's using, this is what me and Rel very quickly talked about earlier on. A lot of teams do favour to just run 4 MTARs on this map. We talked about how much of a strong weapon it is overall, as we do just see that cap going down there. Unfortunately, that player dying straight afterwards, but at least he got the point on the board. This is just so close between these two teams. But yeah, the MTAR, a prolific gun throughout the community, which everybody likes to use, especially on a map like Freight. You can really get aggressive with it or just do all the defensive work with it, as we are seeing from Allstars here. 6-3 is the score, though. Heading into the last 30 seconds, of the first half.
I think Allstars need to get a couple of extra points on the board here if they can capitalise from this better side. Bissell, just leave him, mate. Carry on going. It looks as if he is going to do that. Picks up one. There's another one on his right. Oh my God, Bissell! What was that? And now there's 7 seconds left. Is he going to be able to get himself on that point? I think he is, you know. He's going to be able to get that. Followed by that great two-piece. Manages to flick in, get himself a couple of assists. That was really well played. That extends the lead to 5. I think that might be enough, you know. All they've got to do is keep trading through the second side, and that might be enough to win them the game. And that would, of course, take it 3-0, Chewy.
Yeah, once again, the stage still bouncing around here, and you do see them Daredevil, exactly what you'd expect from him, getting pumped up, managing to slap hands there with Black, who's also pumped up, standing up, ready to go. This is going to be a really interesting second half here. What's going to happen? Is this going to be a 3-0 sweep, which again, me and Gucci did not predict, or is it going to go to a 4th map? We will have to see. This is it. The guys from Allstars are now officially 5 minutes away from a free trip to the Call of Duty World Championships.
I'll tell you what, I haven't actually seen Black this excited while playing Call of Duty for quite some time. It's good to see that he's sort of found his passion again for it. I haven't seen, he's a long-standing member of the community, he really is, and I haven't seen him this excited for quite some time, so it's really good to see. Yeah,
it is indeed, but here we go. Icy Chill, the man on the screen. Got to give some love to the guys from DB, because again, we've mentioned it time and time again, these games could have gone either way, and even if DB do lose this game, they could, they are going to have to feel so downhearted about it, but they really tried their best. They've come out here all guns blazing. As we did say earlier on, 9-point difference between the two squads in the first half. Only one single round separating them on Search and Destroy Warhawk, so they really have played their hearts out. But, with the way that things are going right now, it just looks like Allstars are too strong, but still too much doing some great work. I said to look out for this guy earlier on, and he's still putting in a good shift.
Yeah, you might be talking a little bit too soon, Chewy, but I mean, there's 5 points, 4 minutes, plenty of time to do this. And they're looking strong, the way they're pushing forward, the better side of the 2. Sneaky, there we go. In he goes. Let's get on board with too much as he's straight off that spawn. It looks as if he's going to retreat back towards it, making sure that there's no additional captures being put on by Allstars. 4 points deficit. If they keep playing like this, taking it slow, always making sure they're retreating, making sure they're doing the defensive work. Look, they've narrowed it down again. 3 points the difference now, Chewy.
Yeah, it is indeed, and they've got plenty of time left to do some work. 3 minutes, 29 seconds left, and he's going to be able to pick up another headshot there. It looks like as soon as I said that this could all be wrapped up, it looks like it's going to go right down to the wire once again. DB starting to get that map control, starting to push forward. They have got that favoured side, as some people would call it here, although 2 people do go down. He's going to, oh no, he's not going to be able to pick up that kill. That was a lovely kill there coming in. I do believe that was from Daredevil, actually, but switching on board now down to Sneaky. 14 and 15 in the second. Unfortunately, not going to happen, and he did need to make that indeed. 9-5 is the score, though. It looks like somebody's going to be on top of that Blitz portal capture area, and are Allstars going to be able to take this one left? They have got 3 minutes left on the clock to be able to make their way to LA. They've just got to hold on. Not too much time left for them, Gucci.
I'll tell you what, mate, there's still enough time to get 4 caps.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
2 minutes 40 left on that clock. I mean, I've only just looked at the scoreboard. Look at Black. He's got 21 kills, 1 capture to his name. Bissell's got 5 caps to his name as well, currently playing really, really well. Daredevil just putting another capture on the board there with 4. It's currently 10-5. And as time ticks on, it is looking more and more likely to be an All-Stars game. But there is still time.
Yeah, there is indeed. And of course, Black, seeing that you can open those side doors there, but just to make sure that there wasn't another avenue of area for people to move in towards his own base, he decided not to open that, just make sure that nobody was going to be able to push through there, keeping his eye on it for a few seconds. 2 minutes, 13 seconds left. 10-5 is the score, 5-point deficit. So the guys from Allstars have managed to bring back that lead, which they had earlier on. We did see the guys from DB bringing it back by 2 points. Then Allstars have managed to pile on the pressure once again. But having a look at this right now, Sneaky, the man on the screen, going to try and open that door. Got to reload his MTAR, heading around the back, does get an assist. He's going to be pushing through. Is he going to be able to get this capture? Oh, he just manages to get it. Does take some shots. Doesn't kill him, though. 11-6 is the score. It's initially traded, as you do say, Gooch, yeah.
Yeah, that was all down to the trade. I mean, that's all Allstars need to do now. Any point that DB do get, Allstars, all they need to do is counter it with a point of their own. They don't need to even stop them capping. They can just keep running at the point consistently, and eventually they will get through. They will trade a couple of points, and with 1 minute 30 left on that clock, it's going to take them, what, a minute to get level? I don't think it's going to be possible now, Chewy. It looks as if it is going to be Allstars going to LA. I mean, mathematically, it's not impossible yet. Let's see what can happen.
Yeah, and I mean, Daredevil has just really shown why, once again, he just wants to be at the top of the game in every single aspect, not only in Europe, but throughout the world. 19 and 20 with 5 captures, and Black, just the man that you switched over to Gucci. 25 and 17. Absolutely phenomenal work from him. But again, this has been a relatively close game. I've seen much worse, much further apart Blitz games, and it just really shows that this is the top teams coming in here from the Benelux squads here at the Call of Duty European qualifiers. And although this has pretty much been a 3-0 series, it could have gone either way, we do have to say.
Yeah, not pretty much true. It has been a 3-0 series.
Yeah.
I think they know mathematically now that it has been done. They have booked themselves their trip to Los Angeles at the end of the month, Chewy, to compete for a prize pot of $1 million. Call of Duty World Championships, All-Stars are going to be there. Who else is going to be lining up? The very next game on our stream, guys, is going to be Ozone Giants versus Wizards. That is going to be the Spanish qualifiers.
Yep, that is
going to be a tight game as well.
Yeah, that could be a tight game. I mean, we say, now and again, we say, oh, this could be a tight one, this could be a clean sweep, but we can never really ever actually predict it. But anyway, guys, that's going to be enough for me and Gucci for a while as we do swap out the players, make sure that everybody can get sorted. So we're going to be heading over to the analysts backstage now. Over to you guys.
Hey, yes, wow. Let's talk it through, what just happened there?
Well, what just happened is what I was talking about earlier on, where at an event anything can happen. I mean, talking to the players earlier, like Black and Bissell, they were saying, they weren't confident. They haven't put enough game time in as their opposition, basically.
I mean, how important is that, though?
Oh, it's a key factor. I mean, when at the start of the game, you normally see the rush of players, trying to get as much of the game out of the way as possible to become on top. And at the end of the day, it does come to game time because you just think of new strats. In S&Ds, you saw Daredevil go off because he's just an S&D king, and he finds ways and rushes to get around people, and it works. It works, yeah.
So do you want to just talk us through everything that happened? So obviously we started off with the domination on Sovereign.
Yeah, the domination Sovereign was... Sorry.
It's all right.
The domination Sovereign was really, really close. I think they won by 3 points in the end. Both teams were kind of both on top of the form. No one really had a standout player, which meant that they were basically trading B flag for the whole game, and obviously All-Stars came out in the end and won it. I think they had a 7-point lead at the start and then 3 points overall.
Yeah, no, going back to Scott there, I mean, it was cancellation out of cancellation. It was just swapping flags, so there wasn't no real clear winner to start off with. I mean, it could have gone either way, and towards the end there was a bit of a hairy moment. We wasn't sure. It took us a couple of seconds to realise what was going on, but yeah, I mean, the guys took it, Ellis, Scott, and then we took it well.
Yeah, as everyone said, it was really close. I reckon if there was an extra minute or so, DB could have easily taken it, as it was just when I was getting in control towards the end. So an extra minute in that game, and it could have went a different way, to be honest, yeah.
Yeah. So next one, so we had, Search and Destroy Warhawk. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, Daredevil is basically what happened on that map. He got a ridiculous 1v3. I mean, it was such a big clutch to do because it was such an important time as well. I mean, it's coming up to the middle part of the map, and basically whoever sort of progresses that far tends to get the momentum and carry out the win. It was such a big win for him. And going back to I was having a conversation with Ellis before. He was saying that that's their worst map and game type is S&D Warhawk, and they all played really well. I'd say Bissell and Torres didn't play as well as Black and Daredevil did, but then on the opposite team, let's not forget them. Knifer played really well on that S&D. I mean, he was the hidden gem there. He was playing really, really well as well. He's carried his team pretty much there on that one.
Yeah, I mean, just to kind of echo what Zach said as well, I wrote down as well that Daredevil actually had 10 kills by the first 5 rounds, so that basically means that he's killed half the opposite team every single round for his team. So when you have a player that can do that for you, it's really difficult to lose. Momentum was kind of swinging back and forward, and at one point I thought DB might take it, and then it was back again, and then obviously Black clutched right at the end to put it to 5-5, and then they just steamrolled it for that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, as Zach said as well about Torres and Bizzle may not have performed as well, but you got to think Bizzle's playing an objective role, getting the bombs down for his team, being the bait, allowing his team to pick up kills whenever he died, and just basically just trading the kills, and it worked out. And yeah, there was 5-4 down as well to bring it back, so it was a good comeback, and then they took the momentum into the blitz.
Yeah, I mean, how much do you think you have to watch of Call of Duty to be able to kind of see the plays and see what they're trying to do and call it that much?
Probably quite a lot, to be honest. I mean, you see some basic rules that a lot of Call of Duty people know for S&D. Like most people know, if you're the last two alive, you stick together because it means that you can trade a kill off, and you've seen Allstars doing that really well. They were getting the bomb down in A a lot, and they were sticking together in the room, so it meant if one of them was picked off, they'd at least trade the kill, and that's really important in S&D. So
yeah, no, really good point there from Scott. Notice when there's two alive, you stick together, but what we saw from All-Stars was when the bomb was going down, they all stuck together. Even before the bomb went down, they all stuck together, covering each other's exits and stuff. I mean, it was really good teamwork from All-Stars, considering the amount of game time that they've said they played. So yeah, I mean that's how you play S&D, is to rush as a team, get the bombs down. And again, what Josh was saying, Bissell was playing the objective, so he was using his teammates, go forwards and try and get as far up as possible to plant the bomb, and if it means he dies, but at least he's got the bomb down, the other team are in pressure. They've got to go and they've got to make the moves. Let them come to you, because that's the one that at the end of the day, if they don't defuse, they lose. It's plain and simple.
I mean, just sometimes you just see like ridiculous mistakes happening all the time.
Yeah, there was a few plays throughout. There's always going to be plays in games which are questionable, like challenging certain times, not challenging, but it's all about making a split decision, and All-Stars make the right decisions at the right times.
I just don't know if, like, in the heat of the moment, I could be that thinking outside of it. You're just like, I'm a bit too much shoot from the hip kind of a girl.
Yeah, it's your split decision, but then what makes a great player is by taking that decision and making it a right one, most consistently correct all the time. I mean, if you make that bad decision, let's say if you're being shot, and you end up challenging when you don't need to, that's put your team at such a huge disadvantage, and you're sitting there, you're like wondering, why have I just done that? It's that split mechanism in your brain that makes you want to do it, but that's what stands out between a good player and and a sort of like an average player. It's your decision making and making it a positive one.
Yeah. Pretty much exactly, yeah. I mean, most of the time, these challenges, I think we've seen one when they went B and someone tried to challenge through the back of the kind of radio tower. Yeah. And that's one of those things where, okay, half the team died doing it, but if he makes that first kill, then they win the round and whitewash them. So it comes down to kind of key moments like that.
Wow. Okay, so then, of course, we had Blitz on Freight, and do you want to talk us through?
Yeah, Blitz on Freight was actually really good start off from All-Stars. I mean, they went 3-0 up in the first minute, and from then on, if you're 3-0 up, you can sort of not worry per se about you're going to lose flags, because you can just start conceding. But then if you set up like with Freight Blitz, it's so good on that spawn where you've got the brown tower, you can just push that left side and make the opposition spawn back red, and you can just go and concede. You can run back and forth for however long you want. They had that advantage at the beginning. They were 3-0 up in the first minute, and they carried the momentum through. There was a point when they were getting clawed back. A few blitz flags were going against them, but I mean, kept the momentum. Again, it comes down to experience at the end of the day, and composure, and not trying to show off or anything. Blitz at the end of the day, you score the flags. It's not about you killed to death. It's about the flags that win you the game at the end of the day.
I think that's kind of the biggest problem that DB had, was they were trying to focus on the flags, especially on the first half, and they would make their way up the map. Like Sneaky, for example, picked up a great three-piece, and just when it came to the killer moment, he didn't look at the ground to see the guy lying on it. He just thought he'd run into it, and that cost it. And there was a few moments that if they'd have went the other way, it could have been a lot closer, but obviously it didn't. So.
Yeah, like everyone said, like Zach said, the All-Stars got off to a really good start, like three flag caps in a minute. It's just like, it just puts you in such a good driving seat. Like, you always have to, like, the other team have to be pushing onto you, and like you don't have to be defensive, but like it's all you have to wait for. The other team have to make the move, so you can play how you want to play. You can dictate the play, and it allows you just to do what you want. And once that happens, I think it was more or less game over from there. Like, it's so hard to come back from a deficit, because you have to focus on scoring points, and at the same time you have to defend your own point, and like it's such a hard decision to make, and then like you have to make every single kill basically for you to bring a comeback.
Yeah. So next up we've got Ozone Giants and of course the Wizards. What is going to be your call on this one, chaps?
I'm going to have to say, a bit of an Ozone fan there. I reckon they're going to... Unfortunately, some of these qualifiers, the teams that are the underdogs, they're not... The team that they're playing against are playing against some really experienced players, and there are some really good experienced players in Ozone, and I'm expecting not a bit more of a whitewash as previous we've seen today. I'm expecting maybe a 3-1, 3-2 to Ozone. I'm going to give some faith for the other team, I think.
Yeah, I'd kind of tend to agree, to be honest. Ozone I'd probably slightly favour. I know a few of their players, Todger, who's kind of floated around the scene. He's always been at the top of the Spanish scene. I think he was at LA last time, so he's always been at the top of the game, and I'm expecting him to kind of show his experience.
I'm going to go against you. I'm going to say Wizards
Just
are going
to
to
be difficult.
I'm going to say Wizards are going to pull out the win. I think like being underdogs, and like, they actually are a good team as well. Like they've got players like who are actually like known and like they're big in the Spanish scene. So I reckon they might sneak the win.
Oh, so interesting. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I think for the next time we do this, I think we need to have some kind of, we were saying about scoreboard for who's getting it right, so we can come back to your stats, like the stats of the stats, right? And then maybe some kind of really embarrassing hat if you get it wrong. Are you up for that?
I'm up for that. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's do it.
Yep, sounds good.
You sure? It could be a really embarrassing hat.
I need my own words sometimes. You know, it's all about. It's what it's all about. Have a bit of fun. Yeah, I'm game.
I mean, how often do you think you're right? What's the percentage, do you reckon?
Unfortunately, I'm not a betting man. I mean, I'll go.
Boring.
But I always end up losing money for the whole reason that I always get it wrong. I mean, Scott's got a really good example. Unfortunately, he missed out on a fair share of money during the week.
So this what?
Yeah, Scott, I'll leave it to you. Yeah.
I had a 14-team accumulator on for football, and I was the Chelsea result off winning 17,000 on it. So you win some, you lose some. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. See, I'm far too much of a pessimist to ever bet because I just know I'll get it wrong.
Unfortunately, I think it's when I don't bet is when I get it right, and I'm sitting there and I'm absolutely livid that I haven't put a bet on. And then when I do end up putting a bet on, and then I think my team's winning, I'm like, yes, and then it goes against me, and I literally just want to cry, honestly.
I mean, the results from today, I think we've all pretty much got them right. Apart from that game there, I think we called it a lot closer, 3-1 or 3-2, and obviously the 3-0. So we do get most of them right, I would say. But then again, one team shows up, one team doesn't, then it's going to be a different scoreline.
I mean, what other matches are you most excited to see that you think are going to be, hard to call, that are still left to go? So who else we've got? We've got Next Gen and Killer Fish. What do you think?
Probably Killer Fish, I think, to be honest.
Yeah, and go through a map. Okay, and then we've got Insidia versus obviously the YouTubers team there. What do you think? I mean, bit of a shake-up, bringing in some internet guys in.
To be honest, I mean, if loads of people are giving TYT stick, I think they've done well to get where they are now. I mean, some of the circumstances would say it was controversial, but if you're playing in a tournament worth so much money, so much exposure, I mean, if you see it in any sports, if you're at a disadvantage, you've just got to carry on. I mean, all due respect to albeit the circumstances weren't as great. TYT, they're here for a reason. They played online well and consistently well in the online qualifiers. I wouldn't be surprised if actually, TYT do take it in a way. I mean, underdogs and all.
I disagree with you. I think Insidia, they had a great performance throughout the league, the G-Finite League. I think they were top of one of the other groups. At one point they were like 12-0 in maps or something, so they obviously know what they're doing. I expect them to do well here. The YouTubers are obviously going to be good. I mean, they earned their place. They never got it through their reputation, so they had to play to get here. So.
But I suppose it's what they must get a lot of the time online as well, is that, especially if you're kind of making Call of Duty videos, and then the people look at the pros completely differently, and they're like, come on, put your money where your mouth is, get up a pro team. So I'm quite, respect for them for doing it, right?
Absolutely. I mean, they come in here, they're showing they're not afraid to compete at the highest level, and it's great. It's a good example for other teams that are new to the scene. They think they're some are quite anxious. They don't want to compete at an event because they don't want to embarrass themselves. But I mean, it's the whole. Everyone started off there at one point. I mean, my first event wasn't great, and you move forward from it. I mean, I've been competing for years now. I'm really looking forward.
Do you still have sweaty palms?
Actually, no. I'm really OCD with my hands. I wash my hands a lot, so I tend every game I'm there washing my hands just for the pool. I can't stand it. It's horrible. But yeah.
So what about the other matches then? What do you reckon? What are you still excited to see, or ones you can't?
Vitality game, the French game, which is Vitality Rises or Returns versus Millennium. That's gonna be a really good game. It's the Vitality second team versus Millennium, two top French teams, Azox, Agony, and there's two of us, which will be a really good game. Battle all the Frenchies. There's the other French game, which is Returns. I think it is versus I'm not sure the other two. Infamous, yeah, that'd be a good game. The French community would love to see. Gataga, to see how the Frenchies play. Actually been playing really well. So the last EU event was Ice Series, where they came second to TCM, which was unexpected. They was like done really well, so it'd be interesting to see how they turn up.
How about you? What are you most excited to see?
I'm looking forward to see how Gotaga does play. He's an ex-teammate, so I've been a massive fan for him a while, but also...
Is he like a frenemy?
Actually, I would say a little bit. I mean, we're more friends than anything. I haven't come against him in tournaments yet. So, but I am also really looking forward to the Tech Aware game. Yeah. I mean, there's just so much at stake because they're really good teams. There's a lot at stake, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's one of the watch games stake because they're both. No one can call it really. Even I'm going to say Aware, just for the pure fact they've had more experience on the Xbox One. But I'm going to go for Aware.
I know.
Yeah, these disagree.
He's biased. I mean, some of them are his ex-teammates, So.
I mean, showing up this weekend, that was kind of the match that everyone wanted to know what you thought of. I mean, last night when we were sitting about in the place, people were saying, what result do you think tomorrow's going to be between them two? And I've kind of swapped and changed. I thought Aware, then I thought Tech, and I thought Aware, and I'm sitting right on the fence. I don't think I can call it.
I just think that Aware, like, they have attended like to the Gfinity events before. They've been there, and Tech, like, obviously they played against Aware before to qualify for G2. You remember the qualifiers, and like that went down to 6-5 last map. Was one of the closest games ever. And I just think it's going to be so close. But I think Tech will scrape it. Like, they want this so much. They've got the hunger. They've never been to like a proper big event. Like, I just think they're going to scrape it.
Is it weird though to obviously have like, kind of your ex-teammates and is it that weird thing of like you want them to do well but you sort of part of you doesn't want them to do that well, right? Let's hear the answer to this.
I've got a lot of ex-teammates out there. Two of my most recent ones were Black and Bissell, who just qualified. And it is a bit like that where because you're not with them anymore, you're a little bit kind of hesitant.
They should be rubbish without me, right?
But when they do qualify, you're happy for them. I mean, we spend a lot of your time speaking to these people. They become our friends, so I want them to do well. They've been wanting to go back to LA for a long time.
But
No. Honestly, I was wanting them to do well, so I'm happy they got there.
That was the diplomatic answer.
I'm gonna edge towards being diplomatic, but I'm not gonna. No! I'm really jealous that some of my teammates are gonna get to go LA. I mean, Ellis, Black. It's going to go. He's just qualified. We both went to the first COD XP in LA, and it was such a fun experience. We've got Tommy, who's playing up later in the Epsilon lineup, and you've got Gotaga, who's an ex-teammate of mine. I am really jealous, unfortunately. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and say it. I hope they bring me back a souvenir at least, and then it might, settle the wound and stuff.
Okay, I think now we're just going to go to an advert, and we'll be back very, very soon with some more.